Hey wine friends, Stephen here from the Napa Valley Wine Academy content team with my weekly update on what is new in membership. Now last week we were in Western Loire. This week we are moving into the east, further up the river. So let's check it out. We have some new maps, some new grapes, and also some other videos and things, which is pretty cool. So first up, let's check out the map. So Touraine, fantastic area. Obviously, most people have heard of Vouvray, you've heard of Chinon, but this map goes into all the sub-regions of Touraine, which I think is really cool. I think this is a beautiful map. It looks at there is terrain in the Loire. I said it once, I'll say it again. There is important terrain and topography in the Loire, and this map demonstrates just that. I love seeing that river just curve its way up there. We also have the Central Loire, so Sancerre, Fumé, I should say, most people have heard of. But then there's the smaller, lesser-known regions that we've included there as well, including the IGPs, which we thought we'd throw into the Central Loire since it is a little more sparse as far as vineyards go. So check those out. Now, to accompany those Eastern Loire maps, we also have some grapes that do pretty well in the Western Loire. So Cab Franc, for example, is one of them. It's a Cab Franc, famous father of Cabernet Sauvignon, famous parent, I should say. It's a cool grape. It's pretty versatile. I love that most of the time, I'll look at this sweetness, for example, most of the time it is a grape that produces dry wines, but occasionally there are some producers that like to make a sweet version, and I'm going to look at you, the Canadians who make it into ice wines. Really cool profiles there, covers the structure, aromas, flavors, and also where it's growing. And it's growing all over the world, so it is a true international variety. Also got Sauvignon Blanc there as well, which is more famous in the Central Loire, particularly, as I mentioned, Sancerre, Pouilly-Fumé, and so forth. So we have our other maps and things from the previous week for Nantes and Anjou-Saumur as well as the grapes that we included for those. We also have the maps, which are just the boundaries, just the borders of these regions. I really like these because you can really get a sense for the topography, because you're not sort of interrupted by all the colours of the different appellations and things. So for those that just want to look a little closer at the topography, these are really great maps. Now, last week we did a fantastic panel with 3 of our successful D1 students. D1, of course, is the first unit in the WSET Diploma. It is, in my view, the most important because you do a deep dive on viticulture and winemaking. So these students provide a student perspective on what it's like to take D1 and provide tips on studying. So things like not how much you study, but how you study. And so I found it really interesting watching this. I think if you're someone that wants to do diploma at some point, or if you're a level 3 student who's tossing up whether to pursue diploma, this is a really good panel to watch, because I think it's really cool coming from actual students to hear their experiences and what they did to overcome the challenges that they were confronted with. So really neat panel there. And of course, we have our weekly cocktail this week. It is the Mai Tai. It's one of my favorites. It's a cocktail that often is badly made when you order one. I think a lot of people they've ordered a Mai Tai, but they've never had a real Mai Tai, because so many places will throw in juices and weird sugars and things and make it so it's really not the clear rum spirit that it should be. Me personally, I've been making them all week, so I've been tossing up and playing with different rums, and so I've focused on, I think I've figured it out for me. I've got a rum agricole from Martinique and a Jamaican, a very aromatic navy rum from Jamaica. So the two of them together, two robust styles, really are adding that complexity there. So if you're a part of our cocktail series, definitely check that out as well. That's it for this week. I'll have a lot more next week, as always. I hope you drink something tasty this week, ideally a lovely glass of wine or a Mai Tai. Cheers.